On go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So hello everyone. We're nearing the end of this marathon and we are doing Plague of Shadows 100%. In this category, you may have seen Plague a number of times throughout the marathon. However, now I am strictly forced to collect absolutely everything, which is really great. I love this category. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of things that you have to do. There's a lot of things that are going to make me cry, but at the same time, it's just overall a very enjoyable category, and it's the first Plague category that I really learned, because it's just so much different compared to Shovel Knight in every single way, and that hurt. So yeah, if you're just tuning into the marathon, this is Spadathon 2018, trying to raise money for Munch and I to get to SGDQ 2018. And this is Plague Knight, and if you have not seen Plague Knight at all tonight, I have a burst. I do that by charging my attack button. Releasing allows me to fly really fast. It has a small amount of invincibility, and it allows me to break through dirt blocks. Otherwise, I just toss a bomb, which is still pretty cool. Also allows me to keep my momentum in the air, stay afloat for a bit. I also have access to a double jump, which helps me carry my momentum. Yes, and as for things that I must do in this category, well, I have to collect everything. What does that exactly mean? There are these green coins that you see all over the stage. I have to collect every single one of those. There are 420 of them. If you were paying attention during Laurie's God Mode green coin run, which was pretty amazing. I'm going to be collecting all the coins, but in addition to that, I have to also grab all the music sheets, and then I also have to purchase every single upgrade that Plague Knight can, which is all the different bombs he can get, all the different armors he can get, and all the different arcana that he can use.
Okay, Pickle, do you mess with the timer at all? Because it appears to be running a bit slower than it should.
It looks like it's definitely running slower. That's actually kind of funny. Don't worry, I also have a timer on my computer running, so I can tell how long it's taking me. So currently about 3 minutes in. Pretty standard Black Knight. You have to push him into the corner and then time your bomb throws to juggle him there. That will get more and more difficult every time we face him. He will just have less frames of putting up with you, basically.
Reset that timer, but I'm not confident that I'll be awake by the end of it to stop it.
No worries. I'm going to allow this for now. So yeah, I visit the village. I have to get a cipher coin in the back, and then there's also a music sheet in the village before I go and talk to Mona. Now that I'm out of there, I'm actually going to Pridemore. I'm going to be following kind of the traditional route stuff for the most part, like for any percent. But then I'm also going to be getting things, I'm going to be slightly going out of order. Ow. So one of the nice things about this category is that I will be visiting, in fact, every single room in the game. And while that does sound like it's at least remotely interesting, it's not quite painting the whole picture, because I'm actually going to be going to these dreaded side rooms that are often ignored for most Plague Knight runners. And 80% you don't have to come here. And that's because they usually have enough money to unlock the things that you use throughout the run. But I am basically not gonna have anywhere near the amount of money I would be required to have if I didn't do this, where I go into these rooms, I get the relic that Shovel Knight would normally get, and I trade those in instead of paying like $1 bajillion. So I just picked up the Flare Rod, and I will be trading that for Big Boom. First, I'm gonna do the shovel guy. Yep. This is actually impossible. I'll get one more chance to do a nice, clean shovel guy on the way out. So this is Big Boom, and in trading it for Flare Rod, I don't have to pay 2,500 gold for it. Darn. It's completely free. I just lose the old relic. And now I can throw out this massive bomb at the cost of some power. Power is my resource to manage all of my arcana. It basically costs me 1 bar to use, and if I have an orange bar, that means that my next use will actually run me out of mana. Running me out of mana means that I can't use my weapon until it's fully recharged. That's kind of a problem, and I definitely want to avoid that. Hey, Speed Frog, how's it going? If you want to jump in the call at any point, I would still appreciate that. I do not mind having company. Yep.
I will say shoutouts to the timer for now moving at 1 second per second.
It's only 6 minutes late.
I like went to go get food and this happened.
No worries.
I don't know what's happening.
I told you not to close the window.
I didn't close the window. I like minimized it.
I told you not to minimize it.
Oh, minimizing it, yeah.
Oh.
That's okay. No worries. It's not a big
Okay.
deal.
Yeah, just keep that in mind for the next one. You
Okay.
can't minimize it, you can't tab out of it or anything. You gotta
Okay.
fail. You can open like a new window or something.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I killed King Knight. See, everything's fine. Gonna drag Speed Frog in here. And now we have a Speed Frog.
Hi.
Hi. So you caught me in time to die to Duck 1.
I was gonna say you better not die.
Oh, don't worry. I haven't died yet, but, you know, it's gonna happen.
Nope.
So yeah, this is Duck 1. Map encounters are something that you have to clear out as Plague Knight, essentially, because there's so much time that you lose. Please. Get out of here. I'm just not even going to. Oh, look at that. I didn't die.
It's interesting because doing this encounter, technically you don't have to. It doesn't give you any percentage points or anything. It gives you a little bit of money, but for the amount of time that it takes to do the area, you can actually get that money faster somewhere else. But there's the added fact that, well, first of all, you have to go do a lot of backtracking on the overworld, so he can get in the way, and if he does, then you end up losing a ton of time, either having to clear it anyways or waiting for him to get out of the way. And there's the additional fact that every time you visit the map, all the map encounters move 2 or 3 times, and that takes a small amount of time that adds up over the course of however many, I think it was like 20-something map encounter or map movements you make. So it's actually worth it to just clear out all the map encounters so that you don't have to deal with that.
Oh, that was close. I almost died. So yeah, this is the Lich Yard side room. These side rooms are going to get just like infinitely more and more treacherous as I get through the game.
Yes. You should all look forward to World 3.
Oh god, no. I don't want to be in Stranded Ship, ever, at all. But yeah, for now I am, darn. Some of these require some extremely precise, burst jump, timing. Because you can get the timing, to not have to, like, do it a million times.
For a second, I thought you were gonna end the sentence at the bar.
Ah, darn, I did that wrong. I was trying to leave that guy alive so I could actually damage boost the right way. Plague actually has the biggest knockback out of all the knights, so it's prevalently used to send you in the right direction. Oh no, I'm not gonna make it. Okay, I'm fine. That was close.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm fine. Hit. Okay, I didn't die. Getting trolled by frogs.
Happens.
Getting more trolled by frogs.
I hope nobody's died to frogs today.
Let's not talk about that.
Oh. So you may be asking, wait, Moo, you didn't get the leech liquid there. Don't you need that for 100%?
That's true, and you're absolutely right. Luckily,
Wow, you cheater. Oh, sorry, go on.
luckily I am cheating. The leech liquid can be gotten later. Basically, any items that I miss can be gotten at the armor outpost. And I can still get them for free, so long as I trade them in for the item, which I got. I got the phase locket from Spectre's secret treasure chest. So
We
I
did
will-
that
Go ahead.
twice, because both Leech Liquid and the Berserker's Brew, which you would be getting in Strategyship, are basically useless. So there's not really any point to collecting them now. It's just an extra room you have to go to. Room and a half.
We don't need your health regen.
Old Route used Berserker's Brew a few times, but then after Zulag said, hey, we don't have to do this, then I was sad and found ways to not use it.
Okay. Treasure. Spectre's dead. You'll have to slightly forgive me. Maybe I will be playing a tad bit sloppy, but I will do my best to replicate the majority of the 100% run kills. That one's kind of like the standard Plague Knight kill, with the occasional big bomb if you need it. There are more complicated ones, but you just gotta get through the fight. The more complicated ones will come once I get some more of these green coins. Right now, I don't have any of Plague's other bombs, which could change the way he plays considerably. Most of them are not that good. So I'm going to be waiting until I get a lot more green coins. Once I beat the Exploratorium, I'll be changing that up. Whoops. So yeah, using a little bit of the burst invincibility, like I mentioned before, to get me through that rat explosion without taking damage. And good. Okay. In destroying the blocks in a certain way in that room, the rats won't actually troll you as you try to leave after the music sheet room. But this Chompy did. Okay. I need to be a little careful because there's a lot of damage I could take. There we go.
Hardest room in the game.
This room is as bad as the Mario Maker room in a lot of ways.
It basically is.
What is
Mario
this
Maker
guy
2.0.
doing? Cool.
I
Cool.
haven't seen that before.
We have, if you were watching earlier during Munch's Glitch exhibition.
I wasn't. I'd like to go back and watch that.
We'll be highlighting everything later. Ow. Nice, that actually worked out pretty well for me. So green duck knights like to jump towards you when you get close to them. So the strategy is to land right in front of them, and they'll just jump right over you. Now, trading in the useless relic of the alchemy coin, which Plague invented, so he literally knows it's useless. You get the Staff of Surging. Oops.
How ironic that he invented his own kryptonite.
It was the Alchemeister, and unfortunately I landed, which kind of sucks. Okay. I do have to be kind of careful, because I don't want to die. That would be bad! That's why I grabbed the checkpoint.
Well, at least he killed the Duck Knight.
He deserved it. Okay, we still alive.
Planned. The cool thing about Plague Knight is you can basically do whatever you want. And to someone who doesn't exactly know what they're watching, it looks like you're doing everything perfectly. Just like all these amazingly planned damage boosts, where all you just have to do is, oh, something's coming at me, I should turn around.
Some of the damage boosts don't look as obvious as that one did. So I lowered my health down to 2 full hearts on purpose, and that's so that when Shovel Knight hits me, I have less than 2 health, which means that he will no longer think about using the phase locket. And I just have to mash my heart out. I even got core skip. Good.
Triangle.
So much triangle. The Stunlock itself is pretty easy. It's only slightly dependent on like where Shovel Knight spawns. But yeah, if you don't lower your health down below 2, you're gonna have a bad time.
Did that question come first?
No. What question?
I was saying that if I do potentially fall asleep during this run, one of you is going to be able to teach Pickle how to do
Yeah.
the layout.
That would be me.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I just spoke with Mona. I gave her 80 of my Cypher coins, and then another... I'm down to 21, that's all that matters. Math is hard. And
40 and 60, I think.
I got this kid to fight.
You should go back and get Lob Bomb.
Oh my god, this is bad.
Uh-oh.
This is fine. Dang. Well, this is still fine.
Interesting.
So yeah, that juggle is pretty easy to do, also kind of easy to mess up. But yeah, I unlocked a tier of bomb upgrades, and I bought Cluster Bomb, which is extremely useful. Cluster Bomb has the effect of dropping a single bomb that unleashes a 3-hit attack. Not only is this incredibly good for boss fights, it's very economical in the sense that it frees Plague up to instead be doing other things. Because normally you're locked into bomb throwing. But not so much if you can only throw one. So you throw a single bomb and you get to do anything else in the meantime. So now I get to do the Lost Cities side room. These side rooms are not super terrible yet, but they will be.
The last room can be kind of annoying. especially if you die, because you have to go through the whole thing.
There's definitely going to be a lot of I really don't want to die in this room.
Most rooms you generally don't want to die in.
Especially in this stage. So grabbing that checkpoint was not intentional, but it is actually kind of appreciated now that I think about it. Because I don't want to lose too much time backtracking in a lot of these rooms either. Ow. Oh Jesus, that was kind of scary. I'm also gonna grab this checkpoint for safety. So, this side room, you would normally use the smoke bomb, which we get. We're gonna trade those dust knuckles for the smoke bomb, and you would go through this whole room. We don't have to do that. It just takes forever. It's a little scary though, you know, without the invincibility. I have to constantly make sure that I'm landing on some type of solid ground. And I can't actually mash two big bombs there because it won't actually allow them all to go out. They won't destroy, rather they won't destroy the stone blocks for whatever reason.
Big Bomb is a well-programmed item.
The best running joke ever. So let's talk a little bit more about Big Bomb in that case. Big Bomb can deal 2 hits of damage, but it's not guaranteed. I'm okay, I guess. Basically, the chance for it to deal all the damage that it's intended to is if they're closer to the center of the blast radius. Oh my god, please. Okay. Okay, he's dead. So you can see that my arsenal is actually getting kind of beefy at this point. Between cluster bombs and Big Boom, I can kind of dispatch enemies really quickly. That'll only get better as I get more stuff. And currently my timer is running at 23:25, so about 4-5-ish minutes behind. Not too big of a deal. So, magic for Plague Knight, it's kind of expensive. And I just went and purchased my 2 magic upgrades. It was also really important that I had enough money for, hello? For bait bomb. Don't forget to feed Oolong. Bait bomb is an arcana of Plague Knight where he can actually go fishing. Yo, thanks, Duck Knight. Duck Knight with the assist. I'm gonna be needing that to get some green coins. So it's really important that I have it before I do any other stage, otherwise I just literally will have to redo the stage at a later point.
There's like a couple of coins throughout this run that are fairly easy to miss. There's one in Flying Machine that's really frustratingly easy to miss. And one of the biggest worries is getting through your run, getting to where you turn in all the green coins and realizing, oh crap, I'm missing one.
That's actually, yeah, the worst.
And so then you have to go to all the stages, trying to find out which stage it was that you missed a coin, and find out which coin it was that you missed to replay the stage. It's really annoying.
I'd rather not. So here in the Iron Whale, we're underwater, and this is going to affect all of my jump and falling speed mechanics, except for my burst, which is going to remain the same. My burst is fine, so I can still use that as a means of telling, like, what I'm doing. Hey, I need this. On top of getting coins later, it will also grant me, you know, music sheets, which are really, really important. Not just because they're part of the completion, but because they give you a lot of money for turning them all in, which is actually very much accounted for in the route. There's going to be very few instances where I actually use Smoke Bomb, because as you saw, it takes a lot of my power out. I have full power right now, so literally this is as much mana as I'm going to get for the run. And Smoke Bomb basically cost me half my mana. But it grants me invincibility throughout, and it's pretty easy to set up. Just a little terrifying sometimes. Staff of Surging, as you saw, gives me a little bit of height. It's also really good on bosses for some reason, or at least mini bosses.
Yeah, it has an interesting property that if you hit an enemy with it that has more than 1 health, then it will stunt the animation, and you'll actually do 2 damage with it instead of 1. So it's fairly good at dealing damage to things.
Okay, you win. I'll wait. Oh no 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 no! No 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 no! Okay. Jesus. Planned. My health is a little low. It's kind of not really a big deal though. Mostly because most of the damage I take is not going to be super relevant unless if I really take like 1 billion damage. And there's plenty of places for me to pick up extra health.
Yeah, you do. You're floating 2 tonics. So.
And I'm gonna drink one because of the damage boost that I had to take just now.
So the cool thing about Iron Whale is technically you can never fall, or you can always stay in the air and underwater, or not in the air. You know what I mean? You can always not touch the ground because of Plague Knight's movement. You can, if you do it right, you can continually burst and gain height underwater. So falling into pits underwater, as long as you're paying attention, should never happen. Technically.
Hopefully. Okay, that's good enough. I used the smoke bomb to briefly cover my escape. Ugh. I'm going to also pick up this extra tonic just for a little more safety right now. Yeah, we're fighting Treasure Knight, and I have plenty of things to throw at him to keep him busy. What's up, Sixa? One of the things that I'll be using to make sure I have the right amount of coins at any given moment is seeing the last digit is going to end in 4, basically, for a long, long time. And I have 84 as well, which is good because I'm going to do research right now. And that's going to give me the really good stuff. So now I basically am playing New Game Plus because this is the loadout that you'd be using in that category. Spin Burst and Impact Fuse. The 4 parts of Plague's bomb are the way you throw it, the way it explodes, how long it takes to explode, and your burst. And now I have basically turned into Samus. Shoutouts to VAT saves. I'm playing on controller, and most of the good kids will play this on keyboard. That means that they actually will have access to all of their relics at the touch of a button. For me to do that, because I'm playing on controller, I actually have to use Joy-to-Key, which allows me to bind keyboard buttons to my controller. So I have that bound to my controller, because that's a good one to have. As you can see, it creates a small platform for me to stand on. And it also allows me to basically refresh my jump and burst.
The cool fact about this game, not dying is usually a good strategy.
Yeah, it's a pretty good strategy. Will literally save me time on all stages. Like that. This is the point where I have enough relics where I should really pay attention to what I have equipped. So, Flying Machine, I really need this coin. It's kind of part of, my category. This stage actually has, and we're in World 3 now, as Speedfog said before, one of the worst side rooms. And this Jawa is really giving me the business. So I'm just gonna leave him be and get out of here.
We know how much Shovel Knight speedrunners love Jawas, so we made a difficult room and added more Jawas to it. And by we, I mean the masochistic folks at YCG.
Shoutouts to YCG. Okay, I didn't die. That's an important feature of this run, is not dying there. So the Staff of Surging, it has this nice property where it just ignores wind, which is kind of convenient because there's a lot of wind in this stage, and we can actually use it to just completely ignore most of those mechanics that make the life of the speedrunner a lot more stressful.
Yeah, the way it works is that to make it so that you can't just chain surging shots to gain a bunch of height, they made it so that it always drops you down to your previous height, somewhere around your previous height from when you used it. And so that's the part that actually ignores the wind, is it will just drop you down at regular gravity. So if you're getting pushed up by wind, then it'll drop you down, ignoring that, and you'll be able to fall, and you'll still have the deceleration from when the wind is picking up, so you actually can fall quite a bit. He's full a couple times throughout this run.
You may think I am slightly insane, to be breaking the checkpoint in front of Triple Jawa, but I actually have a number of tools to make Triple Jawa room way less terrifying. And I need a lot of money. Like, I can't even remotely joke about how much money I need. I think I'm gonna spend like over 40,000 twice. More or less.
I think it's 40,000 and 20,000, or not quite. I did the math on it once because I was curious how much money you spend on it in this category. Significantly less than you do in Shovel Knight 100%. No, Shovel Knight 100% is over 100,000. Which is a lot.
The one thing that Plague gets away with is that he does get to turn in. Darn it. He gets it! Goes in tight. He gets to turn in all the curios for money, which otherwise, yeah, they would cost $1 bajillion.
Yeah, to make up for that fact, you have to
Continue.
buy all of the, oh good. You have to buy all of his bomb upgrades, which are basically the things that Shovel Knight doesn't have to buy. So that's where it sort of balances out the money. But we appreciate the fact that you don't have to spend 100,000 gold as, like, 'cause that would be really annoying to route.
So yeah, you saw me use the Staff of Surging twice in that room. Once to grab the checkpoint, just for the heck of it, and then once to speed up the last section a little bit. So the nice thing about Impact Fuse is that normally Propeller has like a guard against he has a guard against projectile hits. Not so much the case. Ooh, Jesus! If you throw it right in front of him, he runs into it.
Prowler is one of the biggest, well maybe not one of the biggest, but a very important reason to have Impact Fuse. So you get to throw the bomb at the ground and it explodes in the ground. As opposed to if you had a regular fuse or any kind of longer fuse, it would hit the ground and then the bomb would bounce a little bit, and then if Propeller runs into it, then it would fizzle, so it wouldn't explode.
Similarly, Black Knight likes to deflect bombs, but the Impact Fuse will basically prevent that from happening. There is a small opportunity he has at 4 full hearts where he just forcibly dodges, unless if you have a frame-perfect lock. Which you would think would be a lot easier to do with a cluster bomb and a staff strike, but no, he still actually happens to get out of that very, very frequently. Just a taste of his dickery. So next, we have to take out another Wandering Traveler. This is Phantom Striker, and it's actually not because we need anything from him specifically to complete the game. He's just a map encounter, which, as Speedfog mentioned before, will add time to being around on the map, but also because he drops a ton of money.
And as spoken before, we love money.
I actually have a slight problem here if I take more damage. Okay, good. If you take more than half health, then he is not impressed by your skills, and he will only give you pennies for your trouble.
Close.
I also landed in a good spot, which meant that all of the money just sucked right into me as soon as it spawned. I lost time, though, because the fight took forever. So now I'm in Clockwork Tower. I'm gonna be using a number of my techniques now at my disposal. Staff of Striking is very good for quick hits to clear. Uh-oh, I need to concentrate in this room. Okay, I'm fine. This whole side room is kind of completely awful, and I need to be quick in this room. Nice, I got the coin.
Probably the hardest 2 rooms in the game.
Jesus. I had to use a burst invincibility to get through the gear before it hit me, and then I had to use a really well-timed Staff of Surging to get to the other coin before the other gear got there. This stage has 3 music sheets. Ah, yes. One of my favorite things to do is, as Plague Knight, is to just grab a ladder and chuck a bomb on it. That's clearly an indicator of you tried to burst and you just let go too soon. So now I have the Fleet Flask. Much as I would love to use the mobile gear, I'm going to actually trade it in for this thing, which allows you to move at the same speed as a burst, but on the ground. You may think, why would I do that? I can already burst. Well, tight corridors are where Fleet Flask shines. And we're actually coming up on one of those right now. Good. I'm actually gonna grab this food just because I can. Dang it. I was kind of hoping to get hit by those gears. It would have launched me in the right direction. One of those discreet-looking damage boosts I would have tried to have gotten. Also, I see Beef in the chat, a frequent viewer of my channel. What is up, dude? Shoutouts to Beef. Beef. I am slowly rebuilding my repertoire of coins I have amassed. So that was actually a neat little time save that that Amp showed me. And that was the you can use the Fleet Flask again on the lever and it just hits it immediately. A couple more times. So yeah, Phase 1 Tinker's still pretty easy. Phase 2 gets a little more interesting. Especially because I ran out of mana. There we go. Problem solved. So that takes care of Clockwork Tower. Now we're headed over to Stranded Ship, where things only get more exciting. Because instead of having a chance to live and keep my money by taking damage, I will suffer from instant death spikes. Side room in Stranded Ship has been particularly lethal, and if you haven't noticed, I have 23,000 gold on me. I will drop a quarter of that if I die. That is not something I can recover in case of emergency. Wiggle! Okay. The slight frame savey wiggles. What? Okay, I'm fine. I'm gonna wait here. I don't think I can begin to describe how much pain I've been in from dying in these rooms.
The dog part is just the worst. All those dogs skating around and trying to have to deal with them.
Okay, I don't have any more power, as you see. I accidentally used all of it. Kind of bad. I do have my power back, though, now. Ah, Plague Knight falls faster than snow. Did you know that? Because I found that out the other day.
Yeah, the real kicker about this stage is that if you take the side area, you do a lot of screens before getting a checkpoint. Well, I guess it's more that you skip the first checkpoint because it's so far out of the way.
It's okay. All of that money is actually very easy to get, provided I don't beef it. I cannot express how much I do not want to beef it at this point.
I'm back from there, by the way.
Cool. Welcome back.
I think the car just honked outside.
Can you say hi for me? To the car?
My car outside.
Thank you.
Bold move, following Speed Frog's order.
Order?
Could you put that in form of a question? Wait, you did.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna ask me to put that in the form of a quarter.
Quarter of no order. No, you're kidding me! I actually
Don't die.
kind of sad.
Oh no!
Literally.
I was a little late. I'm sorry.
Like I said, this stage, all kinds of fun, so don't worry. So far, all of the money I've lost has been completely recoverable. Why would I say that? Why would I actually open my mouth and say that?
Uh-oh.
This will hopefully be the only time I ever have to do this, because if it happens again, I'm just going to cheat the money in.
I call Hundo Heart Attack Hundo for a reason, and then Stranded Ship just like amplifies that. Sometimes.
It's heart's attack instead of heart attack. Because even if you have multiple hearts, they're still all gonna get attacked.
I definitely did not forget that coin there.
You're just testing the rest of us to see if we forgot it.
As you can see, Hundo is actually kind of a forgiving category in the sense that you don't actually need to like use a ton of relics one after the other. So you can actually get by basically having just a VAT save button. And having big bumps like for the most of your run.
Yeah, unlike Shovel Knight 100%, where you're constantly swapping between, well, usually dagger and a bunch of other things. And for good reason. There's no Shovel Knight 100% in this marathon because it's the scariest category. Maybe someday.
Why is that so scary? Oh, you know you only have to break every single checkpoint in the game.
You don't break like 4 of them. The 4 that you don't get.
I had my finger over the VAT button!
This is the room that I used to use Berserker's Brew in. Well, not this room. The room a couple rooms ago.
Yo, a nice, perfect VAT skip. Follow your nose.
That's good.
I should have killed that guy. I'm gonna regret that on the way out.
Perfect bat skip followed by the sloppiest wisdom.
And there's a reason why you kill that guy. Okay. Good. I basically didn't die anymore. And picking up that food was kind of like pointless. It gives me peace of mind, I guess.
Gives you another time. We could make up something and say it's required to have all tonics at the end of the speed run to make it 100%. But I would just be lying to you if I said that.
All hail the VAT.
Did anyone end up doing 5 tonics for the marathon?
Nope, no 5 tonics and no pet dog.
Aw.
Although I could have. Imagine the
So
hype of petting
nobody
a dog.
petted a dog.
I'll make sure I do that in New Game Plus. I would love to say that I'm done at this point, and that I can do my shopping and safely deposit my money. Nope. I have to go and carry it through 2 more stages before I can do any shopping. Which kind of sucks. Starting with the stage that gave me an actual heart attack the first time I played it. When I played it casually, I didn't realize that there was something very threatening behind me.
Technically, you could just, like, spend all your money at any point. I never thought about that. Right? You don't actually need money. You
Nope.
just need the 7,500 for buying the tonic bag when you go to Outpost. Oh, and the however much it is to do Hall of Champions. But you should get most of that in town.
Dang it. So yeah, I obviously don't want to miss cycles here because it just takes forever. Well, that sucks. I was gonna go for something cool with Fleet Flask, but I really messed that up. You'd be able to beat this Crusher out. It's okay, because instead I get to do this thing, which is like extra... I didn't realize there was a spike wall behind me. So the first time I did this, I accidentally bonked, and I was like, oh, okay, well I just Fleet Flask again. And that thing had caught up enough to me that it was on screen, and literally right behind me for the rest of my stage. Okay, Tower of Fate entrance. This stage is kind of awful because they decided to put so much money in checkpoints, it's not even funny. There's a bunch of pink checkpoints which have 1,000 gold in them?
Yes.
And that means we're gonna break all of them. Oh boy. Ow. Perfect. Okay.
Did you miss a coin?
Nope, I didn't miss a coin. Did I miss a coin? In the floating platform room, I totally missed that coin. Okay, well, I guess what I will do is I will just get crushed right here. Go back to the beginning of the stage and just get that coin. Yo, shoutouts to applesauce. And this way I won't have to do anything but essentially New Game Plus. I totally forgot that coin again.
Oh, that one. I totally forgot that was a coin.
Wow, what a rude dude. I hate this game. Take a guess. You have 2 seconds to guess.
Too late.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good luck getting that there.
Well, now I don't have to worry about missing the coin. Be getting all of them.
Actually, now you do have to worry about it because you have to get it.
I hope I don't forget it.
So,
I forgot about how awful that one coin is. For that reason. Okay. I mean, applesauce, if it weren't for you, I would be, like, finding this out, like, way later. Go away! This run was too good to be true anyway, so. This Chompy is still alive and still looking for me.
don't kill him.
He's fought too hard to be killed at this point.
Maybe he'll follow you right to the end of the game.
Chompy's your friend now.
I know how he shares his love, so I'm not too sure I want to be okay with that. Go away. I know what you're up to. Oh yeah, something interesting to note. If I spawn a coin with something like, say, the fishing, the bait bomb, but then I don't pick it up. Actually, is it the... It's not coins, is it? It's just the music sheets, right?
It's just music sheets.
Okay. If I spawn a music sheet and I don't pick it up, it's gone until I exit the stage.
I thought they were gonna patch that, but I don't think they ever did.
Yo, what a cheater. please go away. Like, actually go away. So somehow, some way, this run is still on PB pace for me. This run is not exactly what you would call marathon safe, but I'm doing my best. Gotta show it off to everyone. Okay. We kind of survived the worst. The ascent is arguably terrible. Just depends on how I handle things.
It's not too bad. Just don't die to like boss rush or something.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're home free. As long as you get all the coins in whatchamacallit. Everywhere.
Bye. Please just go away. Oh my god. Okay. Wow, this is somehow working out for me. Okay, I'm not even playing around. You guys need to go away. Oh my god. Whew. So this final auto scroll here is slightly changed. Most of the dirt blocks are actually you know, dirt and stone. However, some of them are not destructible, and that's because that would be really unfair to Plague Knight. Considering how he moves around actually breaks a bunch of these open. I actually don't need to break that checkpoint. Almost forgot about that. So yeah, boss rush, I have to redefeat all the bosses, and I do have to keep a bit of an eye on my mana. I actually don't want to do health refills at all. Why did I heal before boss rush? What's wrong with me? Oh god. I would prefer it if that didn't happen. Good. The more hits the better, because I'm going to be fighting Shovel Knight at the end of this, so I do want to make sure my health is low. Which this is pretty much good for the rest of the... At this point, I should be able to take enough incidental damage that I'll be able to have the stun lock amount of health for Shovel Knight. Gonna move over here just to get in position for propeller. I don't want to be near the center, so I don't break open the dinner plate accidentally. Oh, oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. I can hear it right now. Bon appetit, mon ami. Oh, great. So why is that awful? Well, I can't stun lock Shovel Knight, because even if I could hit him properly, he's just going to use the phase locket. I know people love this fight. Casually.
I don't think I even like the casual.
Someone in the chat was saying they did. And I'll admit, I'm impressed that they managed to make it feel like you're fighting a player. That's literally what it feels like. It just also feels god-awful. Oh my goodness. We got a $21.91 donation from Swordsman Kirby. It says Blue Man. Thank you, Swordsman Kirby.
Can you link me the donation page?
Yes. I will be able to set you up with that. But first I have to go to the Hall of Champions. Hello?
Yep.
There we go. Don't mind me. That hello was not for you.
Oh. I should have just said hi back.
Speedfrog does that. Honestly. Get out of here. Oh my god. Coincidentally, during the Blue Man fight. Perfect timing. Yo, get hecked. So somehow the Enchantress lost, or the Enchantress managed to take over the kingdom with these idiots who just like literally never stop dodging.
And that one guy that just goes Super Saiyan.
These Super Saiyan guys are like, ah, God, how? How did this even like?
He trained under high gravity.
Hyperbolic
That's how.
time chamber.
Yeah.
This guy didn't even get hit by Big Bomb. What a cheater.
You don't even watch Dragon Ball Z.
No, but you know who Android 16 is, and that's all you need to know.
Oh my god.
What did that guy even die from? What the
I'm
heck?
Peter from Design Spot, and today we're going to look at the Raspberry
Seriously,
Pi
he
version
just
3 Model B+.
fell off screen for no reason.
Let's take a look at the key components on the board. We have our board
Please. Oh my god. Stop it. Perhaps some of you have noticed that I've... What even killed that guy? Some of you might have noticed that I missed music sheets and gold and cipher coins. That's because I have to do this place twice.
I do not understand why that thing died.
I love this first guy though, he just immediately dies, and it makes my life very happy. Please. So why do I have to do this place twice? Because music sheets are unlocked from clearing it a second time. And this guy literally followed me across the entire room without dying. I guess on the bright side, this place does have a ton of money in it. Please die. Thank you. Though it's kind of hard to plan around getting any of this money. This guy isn't dead. Please, like, thank you. There's Aaron Hansen. He got hacked. That's it. Game Grumps is done. Go away!
Like, they single-handedly ended Game Grumps.
I don't think they've played this campaign. Maybe if...
No, they haven't.
Maybe that would actually do that. So before I actually clear this room of paintings, I'm actually going to make sure I get these coins. Because I don't want to do it a third time. Okay. And I'm out. Now, if my uneven coin count has been bothering you this whole time, well, that's actually about to change. Although, almost not quite yet. This is Percy. We're gonna give him a chunk of our money so he can fix this catapult and send us to a nice buried treasure spot, yeah? Not in the middle of an arm-to-the-teeth town. No, wait, that's exactly what he does. Because he's reliable. Oh my god, please die. Please, just thank you. I wish I had an actual strat for these guys, but there's literally nothing you can do but...
There's sort of something you can do. If you attack them when they're still slightly off screen, then they won't be able to do anything.
There's a couple of them that I got like that, but barring that, because they like to get on screen pretty quickly, it's pretty difficult to do anything about them.
I usually try and do my best to at least get the gold armor to do that, so that you don't have to deal with it.
Oh, thank god I killed him. I actually killed him pretty quick, too. You don't get a heal between the guards of the armor post and Mr. Hat. So if you die to him, that's actually just something that can happen. Oh hey, look, I'm buying the rest of my stuff. So I finally got Leech Liquid in Berserker's Brew, and I picked up this bag of extra tonics. And quote-unquote not Missy, but this is totally Missy, is giving me a chalice. Oh, and here's Baz. Baz!
Okay, it's not her, but in our hearts we believe.
So, guess who is one of the few people we just don't have to fight? If you guess Baz, you're right.
Is it Baz?
That's correct.
Good.
Which also means that I'm going to try to avoid fighting him if I can. Which is more or less just praying that he just doesn't get in my way. Okay, I have more than enough money as well. I'm supposed to have 42,000 by the time I clear this stage, which I have right now, which is great, because I don't have to worry about it. I do have to, however, worry about the rest of the stage, because this stage is actually the most impossible stage of the run. Oh, nope, nope, nope. That was a mistake. I didn't make that mistake. No one saw that either. Okay, I'm going to be using the invincibility to get through that anchor, and then I'm going to be using, again, this smoke bombs effect. Thank God. You may think I went overkill on that Duck Knight. No. He's actually probably the most vicious NPC in this entire game. Okay. Probably the most therapeutic part of the run. Shopping! Turning in the rest of my cipher coins, I have gotten all 420 of them, and for my efforts, I got this dank goblet. From which I will sip the finest Kool-Aid.
It gives you all the flavors of Kool-Aid all at once.
All the flavors of Kool-Aid at once?
Yeah.
Including Pepsi Max?
Yes, and Crystal Pepsi.
Heck yeah. So yeah, I actually have enough money now to go and buy all of the bomb upgrades. But you can see they all cost a couple thousand each. Oh my god, I'm on PB pace. Because of Forest of Fishing. Yeah, the other best part of Hundo is coming up, the Triple Dance. Okay, that's all of them. So now we just gotta wait for Percy to come back over here. Okay, and now we go to the Trapple Pond. Long may his stem grow. Long may his stem grow. I actually had to leave. That's very interesting. Being over the pit while I angered him actually caused me to not have control of Plague. That's why I fell in. And after spawning the sheet, I wouldn't be able to spawn it again.
It's like he yelled at you and you got scared. So you fell in.
I wonder if this emote works. It does not. Dang. Unless if I misspelled Trapple.
Is Feels Trapple Dan in FFZ, or is that just a
It might be in
my
his.
server thing?
It might be in his, in Munch's.
Huh. Did I ever submit that? I don't remember.
Behold the glory of the Trapple King's gigantic ass. And that's how it's done. So I got a first cloak, and then he acknowledges the Pandemonium Chalice I have, and then gives me the Pandemonium Cloak. Which I need to menu quickly so that it doesn't actually change what my bomb layout is. I got it. If you can't menu fast enough, then you're stuck with a random layout until you manually set it back, which costs you time. Not as much time as dying on this stage somehow. Still on PB pace by 8 seconds. And Baz isn't even in the way. This is great. Okay, now I can clear the game. Berserker's Brew, just so everyone can see what it does. It makes me, it allows me to ignore damage. I still take damage, but it allows me to ignore the knockback effect. That's like one of my favorite sound effects, is just collecting 5 music sheets in a row in that room. Let's go and mess the Enchantress up. This is kind of scary. Ah, darn. I really went for it, but I missed one hit. Which is okay, it's not a big deal to die anymore. It's just a little time loss. Got her. Okay, thank God. Defeating the Enchantress, I now have to face the Me Too. It's me!
And if you're me, you don't fight Plague of Shadows, you just stand there for like 30-40 seconds and check Twitter.
That sounds like a good idea. I mean, that's what I do during the Chapel King dance.
If I ran Hundo, then I would have 2 chances to check Twitter.
The only thing that matters. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Good. He's dead. Time. Although for you that won't be accurate, that would have been a massive PB for me if it was. My time was 1:24:24, which is still pretty good for me.
Press the wrong button. I pressed stop instead of player 1.
That's okay.
The timer was off anyway.
Goodness. And coming up next are 2 things that are bound to have me crying in pain. First I'm doing New Game Plus, and then immediately afterwards I'm doing the Mystery Race. But we are being raided by Dunham. Yo, thank you for the raid. That's much appreciated. And Pinogram, the record holder for this, is Tolu. Tolu actually has the world record for New Game Plus, low percent, and 100%.
Good job.
Thank you. Is Explode still alive? Jesus.